Alrighty then. This may be a separate little video for these last three. Back from my meeting. Let's see. Quadratic formula. Don't you know? For the quadratic formula, these need to be in standard form. So I'm going to subtract 2x squared from both sides like so. That will give me negative 2x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals 0. That means, wait, close the door behind you please, noisy. So that's going to give me a equals negative 2, b equals 2, and c equals 1. Oh yeah, I'm talking about, look, for the quadratic formula, everything has to be in standard form. And standard form is like this. ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So that's why this is my a, b, and c. Now, the quadratic formula says that if you have things in standard form like this, then, whoa, what was that? Then the formula itself is the solution should be opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. This is how you get the solutions. Now, I have told you not to just go plugging in all of these things into the formula. I want you to do this part separately. That's called the discriminant. All right? Discriminant. All right? So the discriminant is just the b squared minus 4ac part. So in this case, that's 2 squared minus 4 times negative 2 times 1. You don't really need to put the 1 since it's just a 1, but still. So b squared minus 4ac, people. I recommend that you just square this in your head. If you do type it into the calculator, make sure you use parentheses around it, like that. Okay, like b squared minus 4 times negative 2 times 1. Again, I did not have to put the 1. So I get 12. But I had recommended that you just go straight to square this in your head. It should always be positive. B squared minus 4 times A times C. Okay, obviously you get 12 either way. All right, so the discriminant is 12. All right, always calculate that separately, please. So then when you go to do the formula, maybe I'll just stick that on here. Hello. So when you go to do the actual solution, I'm making a video, that's why I'm talking to myself over here. So that will be x equals opposite of b. Well, b is 2, so the opposite of b is negative 2 plus or minus square root. The discriminant was 12, so that's why that's going to be 12, all over 2a. Well, a is negative 2, so 2a will be negative 4. Now, again, don't put all this in your calculator. Just do the square root of 12. Did you need me?
No, I just wanted to see.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you can take a look. So square root of 12. I can do that in my head. I know that's going to be 2 radical 3. But the square root of 12 in your calculator, there you go, 2 radical 3. So then this becomes x equals negative 2 plus or minus 2 radical 3 over negative 4. Now look, these negatives will cancel out. Okay, so when I do this, I will just go ahead and put x equals positive 2 plus or minus 2 radical 3 over 4. You know, those negatives cancel each other out. If you forget to do that, I'm not actually going to mark off for that. Now, but on the other hand, I will mark off if you don't reduce these. Let's put a heart around these, you guys. See the heart? If these three numbers can all be divided by the same thing, you must do it. It has to be all or nothing. It can't just be two of them. It's got to be all three. And they are all divisible by 2. So if you do that, then you will get x equals 1 plus or minus radical 3 over 2. And this is your final answer. Okay, it has to be all three numbers. If this 2 were a 3, for example, you couldn't do it. You would be done. Alright, let me see if I can squeeze in the rest of this. I'm running out of space quickly. Alright, this one. I think I'll switch to green. I see that A is 1, okay, B is 10, and C is 34. So I'm going to do my discriminant, okay, my b squared minus 4ac. That's 10 squared minus 4 times 1 times 34, my discriminant. So in my calculator, that becomes, let's see if I can pull this over. Close the door behind you, please. This is only because I'm making a video. So, like, remember I told you to do this in your head, so 10 squared is 100. So 100 minus 4 times 1 times 34. Okay, negative 36. Imaginary numbers are coming. So the discriminant is negative 36. So when I go to do the quadratic formula, I get opposite of b, so that's negative 10 plus or minus square root of negative 36, all right, over 2a, which in this case is just 2. Now remember, when you have a negative under the radical, you should bring that out as an I. So this becomes negative 10 plus or minus I root 36 over 2. Now square root of 36 is 6, if you do that in your head. So this becomes negative 10 plus or minus 6i over 2. Now remember that heart? Alright, so the heart is right here. Okay, if all three of these can be divided by something, you must. And they are all divisible by 2. So that is going to give me negative 5 plus or minus 3i. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and I'm not going to put a 1 down here. That would be unnecessary. So this is the final answer. 1 second. Yes, let me just do this last problem on this video.
Just a question.
Okay, what's your question?
May I use a restroom?
You do not have permission to be late. If you're late, you're late. These need to be in standard form, so I'm going to move both of these over to the left. So, for example, I could add 5x squared to both sides. So that will make 5x squared plus 6x equals 2. But then I will subtract 2 from both sides. So I'll have 5x squared plus 6x minus 2 equals 0. Okay, so that means I've got A is 5 and B is 6 and C is negative 2. So go ahead and do your discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac. So that's going to be 6 squared minus 4 times 5 times negative 2. Alright, so let's put that in the calculator. Okay, so in the calculator, again, 6 squared is 36. So just do that part in your head. So there's my b squared minus 4 times 5 times negative 2. Alright, so my discriminant is 76. Okay, so that is 76. So when I go to do the rest of the problem, man, I'm running out of space. I'm going to have x is equal to opposite of b, so negative 6 plus or minus square root of 76 over 2a. A is 5, so 2a is 10. Let's see what we get if we do the square root of 76. All right, square root of 76 is 2 radical 19. So this is x equals negative 6 plus or minus 2 radical 19 over 10. See the heart about to happen? All right, here's the heart right here. All right, if all of these can be divided by something, I must. And all of these are divisible by 2. So that's why I'm going to get a final answer of negative 3 plus or minus square root of 19 over 5. So this is the final answer. All right, and that is the end of this video. See you in class.